When we first started researching RVs, we had no idea what upgrades to get. This is a whole list of possible upgrades for the Grand Design 397 TH.
Just a few possibilities.
Just a few. In this video, we're going to go over our favorite top 10 upgrades that we purchased. We're also going to go over some of the upgrades that didn't quite make the top 10 list.
And we're also going to let you know some upgrades that we chose not to purchase, and we'll let you know whether or not we regret our decision.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi, I'm Dina. Rodeo is on the other side of the island taking her afternoon nap, and we are Rivers to Ridges RV.
When we first purchased our 2021 Grand Design 397 TH,
you remembered.
We really had a hard time. We really struggled with what upgrades to get. Do we need certain upgrades and the upgrades that we really don't need? In this video, we're going to go over our top 10 favorite upgrades, some of the upgrades that we purchased that didn't quite make the top 10 list, and we'll explain why they didn't make the list, but just as important, some of the upgrades that we didn't purchase and if we have any major regrets.
And I am saving my holy grail favorite for the very last of the top 10.
Yeah.
But before we get started, we'd like to ask you to please subscribe to our channel if you have not yet done so. Please hit the like button, ring the red bell, leave any comments or questions below. We'd love to hear from you. And now we're going to get started in the rear.
What?
Of the rig.
One of our favorite upgrades is back here in the back of the RV. This is the aluminum deck system, and we spend more time back here, honestly, than we do probably inside in the evenings. The deck system comes with a nice patio awning, has some lights up top. It's all electric, you know, in and out. We have our patio chairs back here. The deck actually levels out, and the new systems now are waterproof. So this is one of our upgrades that we really love. While we're back here, another upgrade, these are the 3-season doors, and this is one of my favorites. The 3-season doors, these are Gen 2 3-season doors. They're actually glass doors. The top half of this glass will actually come down. We have screens, so when it's the right temperature, we can let air flow through the RV. These are really nice. If you don't get the 3-season doors, the other option, I believe it's the standard option, is I think it's like a bisqueen or just a screen that comes down. So the glass doors, the 3-season, we love these. Let's go into the garage, and I'll show you one more of our top 10 items in the garage. Rodeo.
Rodeo is one of our top 10, but she doesn't come with the RV.
The third item on our top 10 list back here in the garage is the third AC. Now these come prepped for the third AC, but it is an upgrade to actually have the third AC installed. And for us, this was a must-have. I work full-time. Back here in the garage is my office. Our first month on the road was in South Florida in July. So the third AC was working constantly, and we're so glad we got it. That kind of covers our top items in the back of the RV. Now let's go to the main living area, and we'll cover some of our other top 10 items. Something else on our top 10 list, and we almost didn't get this, and we changed our minds at the last minute, the dual pane windows. Now for whatever reason, when we were looking at RVs, we had 2 different manufacturers and 2 different salesmen tell us not to get the dual pane windows, and we still don't know why today. We still don't know why they were telling us that. Maybe they were backlogged at the time or something, we really don't know. But the dual pane windows really helps out with condensation. We've never had a problem with condensation in our RV. The other thing it helps out with a little bit, and I'll be honest, it's not a whole lot, but every little bit helps, is noise reduction. Because they are dual pane, they're insulated, it does help with the noise a little bit. I think the R factor just goes up by 1 or maybe 2, so it's not a whole lot more insulation, but it does help a little bit with the noise, but mainly the condensation. We've never had a problem with condensation. So dual pane windows made our top 10 list, and we're so glad we ended up going with them. Now another item on our top 10 list is the heat pump. Now the heat pump goes in the second, or is part of the second AC unit. And what this is, it allows that AC unit to act as a heater as well. Now we also have the option for gas. We have a gas heater or gas furnace. The problem, and that works great, no complaints about that. But if you run that gas furnace a lot, you're going to go through a lot of propane. So what we typically do is we'll run the heat pump as much as we can along with the fireplace to keep the RV warm. In the mornings, lots of times if it's cold out, we'll turn on the gas furnace just to get the chill out of the air and warm the RV up a little bit. But overall, we try to run the heat pump as much as possible when needed, just so we're not burning through propane. So hopefully that explains to you a little bit about the operation of the heat pump.
Okay, next thing on the list is the refrigerator. I don't know if you're aware or not, but the 397 THR, the R is for residential refrigerator. I have to say, I wasn't that big on a residential size refrigerator in our RV when we were looking into RVs. However, Danny is the one who pushed me into going with the residential, and I have to say I am very grateful that he did. Apparently, we eat a lot more food than I ever thought we did. This is a 18 cubic feet refrigerator. It's got plenty of storage. Also, the residential size refrigerators do not take as long to cool down as the regular RV refrigerators. It's got plenty of storage, as you can see, lots of food in here. Two great size drawers for storage. Both sides of the doors have great storage space. So I'm very, very happy with this refrigerator. Also, the freezer is a stackable size with the top drawer slides in and out. It's got a great ice bin and plenty of storage in the freezer too. Like I said, appreciate this refrigerator. Really happy with the residential size refrigerator. Now let's head outside so Danny can show you some of our favorite things on the outside of the RV.
The first thing on our list for the outside of the RV is our Cummins 5500 generator. Now this is something that we really went back and forth on a lot. We don't boondock that much. Again, I work full time and I don't like being off grid that much. I can't. So we really went back and forth on this one. However, we do like to go to harvest hosts. If we have a really long travel day, anything over 300 miles, we may stop at a harvest host and make it a 2-day trip. And this is when the generator really comes in handy. A lot of these harvest hosts will let you run generators. So what we normally do, we get to a harvest host, we set up, we'll go ahead and run our generator. This allows our refrigerator to cool down if it warmed up a lot on our travel day. It also gives us, lights, we can recharge our batteries. We have 120 volts now and things like that. So the generator, they're pretty expensive. This was around ballpark $5,000. I'm glad we got it. This is something I personally feel is a must-have item. Now let me get off my knees and come around the corner and I'll show you 2 more of our top 10 items on the outside of the RV. The next thing I want to show you outside the RV is a slide topper. And it's kind of like an awning for your slide outs. And you can see one right here. Now what we really like about them is just picture your RV underneath a tree that might drop a lot of leaves, maybe some little small branches, or even pine cones and things like that. It really protects your slide outs. Another big thing we like about them is, remember now, our first month in the RV was in South Florida in July. So that's a lot of heat that would be coming down, hitting on your slide out. The slide topper really protects some of that heat, right? So it hits that and bounces off instead of heating up the top of your slide out. So for those reasons, we really love these and we're really glad we got them. Dina told you she had a favorite item. This is my favorite item, the full body paint. We just love the look of the paint job on this. It really, really stands out in the RV parks. It's overcast right now, and actually there's a lot of pollen in the air and it's pretty dirty. But if you came through here, it really, really stands out. We just love the look of it. The other thing is we're hoping one day when we do end up selling an RV, it will help us, save some of the value of the RV and help keep some of the value. So the full body paint, it's a lot of money. We love it and we'd probably have it no other way. Now we're going to go back inside. We'll let Dina show you what her favorite item is, something I don't think we could live full-time on the road without. And we're also going to quickly go over some of the items that didn't make the top 10 list and some of the items that we didn't purchase, and we'll let you know if we have any real regrets.
Okay, so this is my favorite, my holy grail favorite. Although I do have to say, the full body paint really kind of does come very close. But I cannot imagine, nor would I want to try to imagine, life on the road full time without this. And it is, ta-da! The splendid stackable washer and dryer. Man, how many times have both of us said we are so happy that we got this? There is another option to get a 1 unit. I don't know the brand, the name of it, but it is a 1 unit washer and dryer combination. After doing or reading up on it and reading several reviews and hearing from people who had it, how unhappy they were, we just decided to go with the stackable, and we are so very happy with it. It is a compact washer and a compact dryer. However, I find myself, and I do find myself doing more laundry, but that's okay. It's great. It is a godsend, and I am very grateful to have it. We do, for maintenance, we do a cleaning solution. We run through it. For us personally, it's every 3 months, roughly. That's for the washer. I'm sorry. For the washer, we do a cleaning solution every 3 months. That's really all you have to do, and just make sure all the lint and everything is out of the dryer. But other than that, it is a godsend. Very grateful for it, and I just can't imagine life without it. Now let's transition back into the living room area, and we're going to talk about some of our items that did not make the top 10 list.
Well, those were the items that made the top 10 list. Now we do have some items that we also purchased, some upgrades that didn't quite make the top 10 list for one reason or another. We have a couple on the outside and we have a couple on the inside.
Yeah.
So starting with the outside, we upgraded, we got the 8K axles. Now these are just the axles underneath the RV. The typical axle is a 7K axle. So these are a little bit beefier, but the only reason why we got these is these have disc brakes. The standard 7K axles come with drum brakes. The only reason why we didn't make the list is I've never had an RV with drum brakes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if these stop better or quicker. I don't have anything to compare them with.
We've read that they do, but we don't know that for ourselves
exactly.
personally.
That was really the reason why we got the 8K axles.
Yeah.
It was for the disc brakes. They're supposed to help us stop the RV quicker.
Right. And stopping is a good thing.
Yes, stopping is a good thing. But again, I've never had an RV with drum brakes, so I don't know if it really does help that much or not. If you've had both, let us know. I'd really be curious. Hopefully I didn't waste my money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Again.
No, but really, let us know.
Yeah, we're happy we got them.
Yeah.
They just didn't make the top 10 because I really couldn't give you an honest opinion one way or another on them. Another thing we purchased that didn't make the list was our solar package. This was kind of expensive, but the reason why we got it to begin with was when we want to eventually start boondocking more and more. So I kind of wanted the basics already set up. I wanted the inverter and all the wiring pre-wired. So hopefully at some point in time when we do start boondocking more, hopefully we can just add some additional panels. We may have to beef up the inverter. I'm sure we'll have to get some more batteries and things like that. But I kind of wanted the basics already there.
Yeah.
The only reason why I didn't make the list, again, is we really don't know, we don't use it. We really don't have a real need for it yet. Again, we have a generator to charge our batteries and stuff. So only reason why I didn't make the list, we just really don't have a need for it right now.
Right.
A couple items on the inside that we decided to purchase that just didn't quite make the top 10 list is the Happy Jack system. Now this is really nice, and we had a tough time with this, whether it's going to make the list or not, because we love it. Yeah. So if you're not familiar, the Happy Jack system is basically the bunks in the garage in the top bunk bed. And now these couches or bunks either way. The couches, they fold into a bunk, and there's also a bunk bed up top. So that bunk bed up top will come down as for another bunk. There's also a table in there if you want to eat in there as well. The only reason why I didn't make the list is we just don't use it that much.
Yeah.
We've only used it a few times when we had company. The kids love it. You know, the grandkids love to sleep up there in the bunk beds. The couches are great. Just for places to sit, and we also have a little table that goes between the two couches, and that's great when we have company. It gives us a little bit more room for eating dinners and things like that.
Or even when it rains, we had to use it one night.
Yeah. If we
someone's visiting and it rained.
Yeah, if we can't sit out back on the patio, we can set that up on the inside and eat inside. So again, we love the Happy Jack system. I don't think I would want to go without it.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't use it that much.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I didn't make the list.
Right.
Now, the last item that we purchased that didn't quite make the list was our Rockford speaker system. It's basically the upgraded speakers.
Yeah.
The only reason why I didn't make the list is honestly we just don't use it that much. The only time we use it, I should say we mainly use it when we're gone and we want to play some music for rodeo.
Rodeo uses it.
Rodeo. She can't quite give us an opinion right now because she's sleeping.
Again.
But we normally use Amazon Alexa, so we'll just stream music when we're in the RV, and we're happy with that.
Yeah.
So again, we like it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. When we do use it, we love it.
Oh yeah.
We have the stereo system outside. If we're watching TV outside, or we're just eating out there, we can play some music out there too. So we like it. We just don't use it that much, and that's the only reason why I didn't make the top 10 list.
Yeah.
There's also some upgrades or options that we decided not to get, and I think we did pretty good with this. We don't have any regrets at all on these. There's a couple on the patio, and the first one being the Patio Steps. You can actually buy some steps that come off the back of your patio or the back ramp, just to walk it back down on the ground again.
Right.
They're pretty big and bulky. We really didn't want the weight,
right.
But honestly, I didn't want to have to stow those things,
lug them around,
and lug them around.
Yeah.
We never needed them.
No,
I don't
we haven't missed
think
them at all.
we would ever really need them, and I'm just so glad we didn't get them.
Yeah.
They would take up so much space in storage or in the garage, and I just honestly think they'd be more of a pain than what they're worth. It's not that big of a deal to walk out the side garage door if you want to come down off your patio. So we're really happy with that decision.
Right.
The next thing for the patio, this isn't a big of a deal, but you have the option to buy some Grand Design fold-up chairs or lounge chairs. We again decided not to get these. One thing was just they're kind of expensive, to be honest with you.
They are nice though. They're very
nice. They're I thought they were a little bit expensive for the price, but also they're big. They're lounge chairs, and I really didn't want to have to start lugging around these big lounge chairs. We kind of prefer just a typical camping chair that folds up nice and easy. So again, the lounge chairs we decided not to get. I think we're both happy with that.
Yeah.
We have no regrets with that.
Right.
Now there's two other things inside the RV. These are a little bit bigger, and these are really personal decisions. We're very, very happy with our decision. Now you might be different, especially on one of these.
A lot of people are different on this one.
Yeah, a lot of people are different on this one.
Actually, both of these last two.
Both of these. So the first one is the king size bed.
Yeah.
We decided not to get the king size bed. Now we're used to a queen size. We always had queen size beds. She wants to sleep closer to me.
You like to snuggle.
But we've just always had queen size beds. We never had a need for a king size bed. So because of that, also we wanted that little extra room in between the bed and the walls. Again, an RV, all the room, any space you can get counts.
Give or take.
King size bed, we didn't get that upgrade, and I think we're both happy with it at all. We really love the extra space on the sides of the bed.
For sure.
Now this last item, again, this is going to be a personal decision, but for us living on the road full time, it was kind of a no-brainer for us.
We knew from day one that this was a must for us.
And this was a must. This is something we turned down some other RVs because of this. We didn't have the option.
Yeah.
The last one is we didn't get the super sofa.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with that, we're kind of sitting on a love seat now. That super sofa goes all the way into the kitchen where our dining room table is. So we would not have a dining room table. We would just have a super long couch, basically.
No dining room table.
No dining room table. And that
Dining room
was
table
a must.
Is a must for us.
Living on the road full time, we use that dining room table for dinners constantly.
Breakfast, dinners, family, or people over to eat with us all the time.
It's a focal point. It's a place for everybody to sit around together. And we also use it for work. Dina will be on her laptop on there doing things, for making doctor's appointments, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
We use that for kind of a work area when we're not eating. And a couch, it would not work out for us at all. So the dining room table, this was a definite must for us, and we're both extremely happy that we made this decision.
Again, we'd like to ask that you subscribe to our channel. Please hit the like button, ring the red bell, leave any comments or questions. Leave us something, say something to us. We'd love to hear from you. If we didn't touch on something, please let us know. If you have any input, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for joining us.
And remember, always live life to the fullest.
Y'all have a great week.